Sup, chat. Make sure you all dislike and unsubscribe.
No, ignore him. He's wrong. Now here's the question, Michael Cole. How far is it from that stupid linear city that they're building? How far from that is it? They're building a city, babe, called the Line, and it's just one line.
How wide is it, isn't it?
It's two World Trade Center centers in terms of height and like width, and they're just running it down for like 200 kilometers or whatever. Which, by the way, the GDP of planet Earth doesn't have enough money for this, and yet they're still trying to do it.
The GDP of planet Earth also doesn't have enough for what that Russian court tried to sue Google.
Oh my god.
Did you see that?
I have not seen that.
A Russian court sued Google $52 decillion because they banned 17 Russian TV channels.
That's hilarious. The I look at the thing and I saw like the crown jewel like championship or whatever, and it looked like it was like it looked like one of like those illegal like deals that they do in like a movie where like they have like a stolen artifact worth like tons of dollars. It'd be like, you have it? Is it the right one? Opens case. No, it's the right one. Closes it. Walks out. Literally, that's exactly what that looked like.
She's cashing in, by the way.
Yeah, that looks
I just guarantee it.
Tiff? Yeah.
Because logic states Tiff would have cashed in on the last pay-per-view, whatever it was, but she didn't because Saudi's paying them too much money and they need something to happen. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can't wait till they have a Saudi celebrity show up at the show that no one gets except them.
These fries are also fucking terrible. Just a 0 out of 10 experience. McDonald's really did everything but give me an enjoyable meal. What is that? It looks like someone sat on it.
They probably did. It's like the memes where like where they be like McDonald's when making your burger, and then someone goes and gives like a Macho Man elbow drop. You know what I mean?
A passageway to opportunity, designed with equal parts power and beauty. A reality.
I also got fucked. Since the first hockey game started at noon, Eastern, or 11 our time, and I woke up after 11, I got the first auto pick for predictions. Panos just gave me every underdog.
It'll be fine. If Crown Jewel wasn't exclusive to like Saudi Arabia, like imagine if it was like Crown Jewel Scotland, like. It's all fun and games till Norway gets a WWE pay-per-view.
Bring Crown Jewel to Kazakhstan.
God, Borat on WWE television? That'd be something. Borat crashes Dirty Dom. I saw the thing they did with Tiff and Liv or whatever. I was like, that's good TV.
Yeah.
Is WWE Crown Jewel.
Bro, you know they're making so much freaking money on this show. Like
they won't renew the deal when it's done though, because it's brought them too much like criticism. Plus, they don't need the deal again. They're gonna have more than enough money from it.
It depends. It's kind of starting to get normalized that this is just a thing. You know what I mean?
That's true.
because the thing is that they got the majority of the bad criticism when they first started it.
Yeah.
Not that people like it now, they don't, but it's just kind of, everyone just kind of knows that it's on the calendar.
That is such a bad stage. Wow. Why do you have a Punk sign? He hates you, bro.
To be fair, I think it's more of a he hates their government, but here, is there a where's your I'm just gonna throw this out. Here, I'll put this on the side here.
Okay.
Who we starting with? Starting with Bloodline versus
Bloodline.
Roman Reigns and the Usos.
I imagine this is where Sammy comes and makes the save. Negative aura.
Bro, they literally extend the stage by like 4 feet just to add friggin'.
I love how Tonga Loa's just not wrestling either.
Honestly,
It's for the better.
The one thing about the Solo Sikoa-led new bloodline is unified. When it comes to Solo Sikoa,
it's funny because this new Bloodline angle, like, really, like, it's funny. It feels right. They're doing it right. There's no issues I have with it. Although I will say, this really does give new Nexus vibes. Another guy coming, you know what I mean? And really, although I guess the difference would be that Punk wasn't really in the Nexus much before, and he kind of came in and just became the leader, as opposed to Solo was just kind of the guy within. This has been good for Solo though, because it's kind of put some bit of a spotlight on him. And this is actually, you know, and for Jacob Fatu, this is being killer. Because he's looked like a monster.
Santi!
Does somebody have a Santi sign?
It's just a big sign of his face.
Oh, Mr. Santi's that?
no doubt about it. We've been here for 3 days. The kingdom has been rocking from end to end. We're going to make history tonight at Crown Jewel, but we can't do it without our Saudi Arabian broadcasters. Of course, say hello to my friend Jude out of China and Faisal Mugais.
يا هلا والله فيك كوري جريس وايضا مايكل كول في المملكه العربيه السعوديه هلا والله فيك يا جود اهلا وسهلا فيصل واهلا وسهلا بالمتابعين الكرام كل الناس اللي حاضرين.
You know what I always thought was funny? Imagine if every time they were doing the show in different languages, they kept adding just more tables around. like just like there's like 15 tables for announced tables. Like it's like the NHL draft, like behind the
Here's
ring.
our French announce table. Here's our Spanish announce table. Here's our Saudi
Yeah,
Arabian.
it's like the
table.
it's like the old NHL draft with all the tables like behind the ring.
Medium fries. Punch those in there. Actually, here we go. Free French fry for the lad. Oh, are they giving Jimmy his entrance?
bar in the Roman Reigns side stage sticks out. Like no, like if you look right there, see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
But not on the other side.
Yeah.
Are they doing something with that?
Probably not.
But why'd they do that then?
It's probably just lined up improperly because it's not one big screen.
It's very interesting to me that Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso come out here together. Jimmy Uso, family is one feel-good story to see Jay and his brother Jimmy standing side by side with the OTC. But the fact is, Michael Cole, recently Jay Uso has been able to take singles glory, holding the Intercontinental Championship. That will do something to a superstar and their mentality. Jay knows what he's capable of on his
Very
own.
much aura.
Curious to see if that factor can the six-man segment. Family first. Jay Uso owns the Bloodline.
I acknowledge my tribal chief, Carter Nolan, and you should too by liking and subscribing. That was pretty good.
I don't know what to make of that. I'm gonna be real with you.
Tribal chief, can you please share some wisdom?
Eat.
Actually, this will be the microphone. Commissioner Nolan, is the Sim League coming back?
That's that is a that's not a microphone.
Yeah, it is.
It's a universal TV remote that works on a Fire TV as well as other ones. It was created by Bell Media. That's why there's a Bell sign on there.
I'm going home.
Sandy's up. There you go.
Alright, chat. We've got our daily pack to open on Pokemon Pocket, the new mobile game. You can open a booster pack. Oh, he's in the crowd. Oh! What a pull that is. Whoa.
Actually, want to know something crazy?
Hmm.
Not only do I think WWE would renew, I think they would do it as a bundle deal with the UFC.
I could see that happening, yeah.
Once Jey Uso crosses over, believe you me, it will be a battle. Again, we talked about the Bloodline. Jey Uso, the Intercontinental Championship, will reciprocate a couple of weeks ago. Motor City Machine Guns to win the tag team titles. Sitting at the moment, Cole was about 2 feet in front of us, and the new tribal chief has not broken his stare from
Whoa.
Each step Jay has taken, Solo has watched him like a hawk, not blinking, absolute fearless. Again, Solo Sikoa, the younger Jey Uso, and it's interesting at this matchup. Jimmy and Jay told me last night on the kickoff show that it's time for one to get the one that he deserves. Solo Sikoa would say it's time for my big brothers who no longer be as brother, but to refer to as tribal chief.
Right. Corny. Very corny. Shut up, Corey.
The only one on the throne ahead of the table.
I want Roman to eat.
He's definitely the Jeff Hardy of the two. Sorry, Jimmy, but you get the role of Matt.
Matt is underrated.
Oh, he totally is.
Big
But
Matt.
but what I mean by that is that Jeff Hardy got insanely over with the crowd. Matt, although I will say Matt Hardy got more over than Jimmy did. No offense to Jimmy. And although here's the thing though, the main reason was because at this point everyone thought the Edge was a piece of shit for what he did, and so Matt got over whilst being fired somehow. I've never seen a guy get over whilst not working for the company, and or any company actually. Until he spent some time in TNA.
So the news is Goldberg's in Saudi.
Uh-huh. So does Cody win from Goldberg interference?
I would imagine that's what's going to happen.
Or does...
Which is why I don't want to miss the main event, because I need to be pissed.
Here, well, we'll see how far it is through the show. We might finish the show and then do the thing after. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah, if, like, I'll find a stream for it, if not. Because I know you... You said these are the only games.
These are the only
can
two.
stream, right?
Yeah.
Who's playing the early game?
So the early game is Ottawa versus Toronto.
Oh, who fucking cares? Ottawa's going to win. That's all you need to know.
I hope. I really hope. I think Toronto's kind of the favorite, but Ottawa...
I've read the scripts.
Everyone hopes...
I have the greatest scripts.
Ever. No one's ever seen scripts like these before. Sorry. No, but everyone is hoping, unless you're a Toronto fan, you're all hoping for Ottawa. And Bomber fans have a few reasons. Because, first of all, Mr. Drew Brown, former Bomber backup quarterback. He was very well liked here. Whenever he did kind of have to go in, he was clutch. He was really clutch for a backup. He'd be sitting there, ice cold, the entire game, comes back in when Zach Caleros gets a little roughed up, finishes the game, and actually comes back and gets us the win. The other thing, though, is that Tamatonga who's in right now? Or?
Looks like I don't know. If I'm being honest.
But then the other thing was that everyone hates Chad Kelly. Everyone hates yes, basically. Although
chiseled Chad Kelly.
No.
I didn't know he won the Rumble thing at WPW.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Which I don't know, my coworker was there. He said it was actually an interesting spot because he got eliminated.
Yes,
but the ref didn't see it, so he just jumped back in. And
yep, that was right. So he got eliminated, and he was going against. I can't remember. It wasn't Bobby Shank. He was going against Cheeks.
Okay,
and
of course.
And so the ref is distracted by that guy who dressed. He was almost like a discount William Regal.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was distracted by that guy causing a bit of a ruckus at the side of the ring. Cheeks eliminates Chiseled Chad. Doesn't see it. And so then Cheeks goes to kind of see what the hell this whole commotion's about. Then Chad gets back in the ring and basically attacks Cheeks from behind with, I think it was the chisel or whatever, and then slides it out. Ref then kind of turns around after the encounter and he throws Cheeks out and wins the Rumble.
That's actually good.
That's a great spot. Yeah. It's actually a great spot for a Rumble. Like, and it's new. Like, that's what I liked, is that it wasn't just, them doing a WWE spot. Like, actual credit to WPW on that. And then the other thing was that, so the second I saw him him win, I knew that Tyler Colton was done,
Yeah.
and because they want the face heel
No,
dynamic,
exactly. Yeah.
and so I knew that you knew that Roth was winning.
Which is fine because Roth's actually pretty good,
Yeah.
and that's a long time.
I got a text from my trainer, Scott Cardinal, and he's like, "Oh, did you know that that James Roth actually like did some stuff with like CXT and he helped do like hockey coaching?"
Huh.
And I was like, "I didn't know that, although I'm not surprised because I know he's from East St. Paul, and Scott Cardinal's from East St. Paul, and so it's like it's not that big, you know."
James Roth has one of the greatest stashes I've ever seen.
Holy shit, man! He could the stash cam at the Jets game. Fucking
My buddy just sent. He's watching. He just sent a message saying everyone here is dressed in red and black, and then there's this cotton candy head ass referring to Jey Uso.
yeah. You know what Jey Uso looks like? He looks like the
Okay.
he looks like the goo from Mario Sunshine.
That's two moves now that the Usos have done that are like old school Usos,
Yeah.
like pre-Bloodline when
God,
they
we-
would do
God,
the
we
little
say-
dancey dance.
God, we say old school Usos, and that makes me feel old. Because like I still remember when they came out and they like slapped the stage and
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, doing their little dance.
yeah. I can't remember. Is it like a Samoan like
I think
fight
is it called a
chant?
taka? No, is it called taka? Taka dance?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
It
New Bloodline. Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso legal now in this tag team matchup. And you gotta wonder what is going through the mind.
That's the thing I will say about Jacob Fatu is he kind of gives you the vibe of like if you if let's say you were in a confrontation and you had to fight any of these guys in public, I might actually be most scared of Jacob Fatu
Yes.
over Roman.
Absolutely.
Like Roman's big, but Jacob is scary.
OTC ready to join the madness.
I will say I do love the confidence now that Roman has that he never used to have of just like where he's just kind of like
What do you think that was all about?
his facial expressions are incredible. Seriously.
Uso reminding Roman that Roman's not in charge. We are all equals on this team. And Roman doesn't call the shots anymore.
Yeah,
This is
I
actually
understand.
interesting dynamic. I don't hate this.
Although I will say, I do like how Kevin Owens is not having any of this. It makes total sense. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah.
It was just where you'd be like, I've been fighting him how long, and now you're just running back to him. Like, what the hell?
Solo licking his chops because Solo just unleashed the wolf in this matchup. Jacob Fatu wrecking Big G.
Man, the WWE speed match this week, it was Tozawa versus someone from Chase U. I can't remember. It was actually like a really, really good match, even though it was only like 2.5 minutes long.
Want to know a bold take? I'm calling it now. Baron Corbin spends some time in the Indies, comes back to WWE to a huge ovation at some point.
Either that, I'd imagine he just goes to TNA.
I know, but you know what the thing is? I kind of am hoping that Baron Corbin has a bit of a Drew McIntyre.
I fucking hope so because he's
I really
He's
like Baron Corbin. He
so
just needs...
underrated. He does anything the company asks him to in a fucking heartbeat, and 9 out of 10 times turns it really good. Like the homeless thing. Was fucking awesome.
Which then now
Winning
Happy
the lottery was
Happy
awesome.
Corbin that kind of held on to that a little too long.
That's not. his
However, Happy Corbin was the perfect extension of this guy who's lost it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was very interesting.
fault. It was great.
Where
And
like
he's also-
he comes out and doesn't have entrance music because he's so broke he can't afford it.
He's also a very safe worker.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I've heard a lot
He's
about
good
that.
to have.
That's why they
So
put
I'd
him with
imagine.
Angle.
I hope they just do. He goes on the Indies and comes back, but I almost wonder. He should go to like TNA or something, work TNA, and
Well, to be fair-
show up at the Rumble.
To be fair, that's what they wouldn't do that. Not that quick a turnaround. Maybe next year's Rumble, possibly like the not this coming Rumble, but the one following.
Yeah.
realistically, I see something like a Drew McIntyre route where he spends some time in TNA, but then he also spends some time in some other indie.
Now that, excuse me,
What?
now that WWE
You know what that
is
was?
doing that whole,
That was like Victor from the Ascension. Whenever they did their entrance and he like backed up.
now that WWE is doing their whole indie development thing too, that could easily work.
Yeah, no, that's I saw that happening and I'm like, wow, what world do we live in?
I'm a little worried it's gonna kill the indies because they introduced that in UK and killed the UK indies. But I'm hoping
That's
Triple
why
H
I'm
is able
annoyed
to
that we
run it
still
better
don't have
than this.
NXT Europe. That was the whole idea, so it's like we just killed the... Because, like, I don't like that they killed the indie circuit there. I think it's now starting to recover now that they're gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like... but the whole idea is that they do it to get rid of it and then bring in NXT Europe. But they haven't done it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was the point?
That's called Vincent being dumb. I updated my jersey concept template. So I was doing some mock-ups for Utah, and I had the actual like Fanatics Works files of their jersey.
Oh yeah.
So I just took Fanatics' gloves, pants, helmet, and socks that they use for the actual NHL mock-ups, converted them to kind of look a little better. Like I changed the outlines a bit, and I threw them on my template, and I just used them. I asked my boss; he said it was fine. So I don't feel bad about stealing. But yeah.
I like that. Can I show you this guy who,
Okay.
for Halloween, the pole vaulter?
Oh. It is
Oh, come on, that's great.
confirmed Goldberg's getting a retirement match next year, so
Checks out. Oh, hey, I'm okay with that. That means that then we only see that one match. We should be fine. Look, it's Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. I've seen that.
Lincoln
That's an
Park.
iconic photo.
Lincoln Park. Lincoln Parkin Park. Lincoln Parka in Lincoln Park. Lincoln in Parka in Lincoln Parkin Park. It's a tongue twister. Although I do love this. This is from episode 6. Two robots go to a drug dealer's mansion to steal his wall art and blow up his yacht.
So they made a full-on AI-generated game. It's just Minecraft, but they trained AI on all the biggest games in the world, which is why it turned into Minecraft. And it's all just using AI. There's no game engine.
It's crazy.
But it's everyone's calling it Dementia Minecraft because the AI is done like.
Bro, what? What? Who? As I was like, someone says AEW always copies WWE.
Can you send that to me?
Isn't that one great? All the stuff with the different teams. The Minecraft football stuff.
Oh yeah, that's iconic.
I was saying you should make jerseys. You should make jerseys.
I actually should.
Well, you know what you should do? You should be like all these colleges started hockey programs, and I've made them jerseys.
Oh, Goldberg's at college game day. Never mind. Someone said he was in Saudi last night.
You know, people like to stir shit up like that.
It was. I could have sworn it was like WrestleOps that said that.
I love that one, and then my favorite one it was like the kindergarten teacher when her class says good morning. It was the Conor McGregor. No, we can do better than that.
So have they just not tagged Roman in? Is that what they're kind of doing here?
Different green shirt guy.
Not fired up enough. You gotta be like Cena.
The slowest hot tag ever.
Yeah.
I do like how Solo's punches are more of kind of the forearm.
Yeah.
And I like how he swings. Like I'll say his look a lot better than because I like stuff where they have the hand there and then they throw everyone towards it. I find it looks a lot more convincing as opposed to the
I agree.
you know.
There we go.
But like it just because a lot of times I find they get a lot closer because they can just hit their own hand. You know what I mean?
I wonder if Dwayne shows up actually. I feel like they'd do that.
You know they'd love to pay for that if they got the chance. When I met Mustafa Ali, he complimented my hair.
You guys have like the same hair.
Yeah, I know. He said he said you got the best hair of anyone who showed up today. Or no, actually, he was like, "You're the only one who I've seen who has better hair than mine." When I got there, and I said, "Infinite respect." Like I was like,
That's
I was
actually
like,
sick.
"Thank you."
I
He
really
was so
wish I was able to go because that meet and greet would have been fucking fun. But alas, I had to go lose a curling game.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I originally was gonna go. It was, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just kind of, I had kind of talked with him afterwards about that because
Oh,
I
God,
knew
of
you
course,
weren't
go.
available, and so I kind of.
I don't blame you guys at all.
Yeah. I will say it was kind of expensive getting all the because they charge it they individually the wrestlers do.
Yeah.
It was a bit pricey. I'm not gonna lie. I spent more money on that than I thought I would. I did get I wasn't planning on getting any wrestling cards. I'm not really a wrestling cards guy, but with some of them they're like you get a free picture with purchase.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I did that with Alexander. It was $10 and got a card. He signed it and then got a picture. With Ali, it was a bit pricier.
That doesn't surprise me because
He was about I think it was 50.
Yeah.
Because he charges for the photo separately.
Yeah.
Then I have a signed thing of Dijak. I didn't get a photo of him. That was because Ryan wanted a photo with Dijak. But the weird thing is that his was with purchase, but he wouldn't let you purchase one card. You had to purchase 3. It was kind of weird.
Yeah,
So he gave me one of the cards after, and then I just gave him my $5.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I tried to. He wouldn't take it. I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. I'll take it then. And then Cardona, I was like, you know what? If I got a signed card from everyone else, I gotta get Cardona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm getting the picture with Cardona.
Oh no! Okay. All right. So who's showing up? If it's not Dwayne,
Is it Tongaloa?
it won't be Tongaloa. I feel like it's gonna be Sammy.
That'd be dope. Imagine if they do that just for Kevin. Oh, you know, it'd be great. Kevin, still have Kevin Owens not like it, and then have Kevin Owens go after Sammy, and have Kevin be full blown heel against Sammy.
Yeah, you fucking should.
Kevin Sammy feeds families.
Exactly.
It does. And
Run
this
that back. That should be Mania next year.
I think that could be the thing, and then have Sammy kind of getting back with this new bloodline as a face now. The whole thing as a face, and have Kevin Owens go full blown heel. Because I think he could
the
get
refs back up.
I think
Wait,
he
no,
could get some real heat. Oh. So he just wins clean?
I mean, I'd argue it wasn't clean.
Or I guess not that clean, but
But there was no interference.
That's what I mean.
Interesting. I mean, that's refreshing.
Yeah, no, It's funny, we've been so conditioned for...
Well, that's exactly it.
Oh no, he burnt his thumb.
I'm not surprised they won. They needed to win that.
Yeah.
But, huh? Okay,
Is this when we get it?
we have to. The only thing is, though, they were running this thing where, like, Sammy was talking to Solo. Someone has to show up here. It's not going to be Cody. It's going to be Sammy. Or are they just going to... Because here's the thing.
You know, Sammy,
They
we got
need
a
to build up
crazy
this
pop.
other bloodline because you're going to have the OG bloodline probably win the feud at Survivor Series.
Possibly. Unless they don't.
Okay. I'm so confused. I for the first time in approximately ever, I don't know how a
It's been
bloodline segment's
40
gonna end.
minutes. Like,
Yeah, that's the mid matches are gonna be all probably like only 10 minutes each, though.
because it's Jay, I think that might be when we get Sammy. You know what I mean? Because the Jay and Sammy stuff.
Hope so. Yeah!
There we go. Surprised he's walking. It is funny how it feels like everywhere Sami Zayn goes, he's the hometown boy. You know?
Yeah. Come on, Sammy. In the wise words of John Kramer, make your choice. Sammy Uso.
Sammy, you're going to regret sticking your nose in Bloodline business again. And now Jimmy and Jay back in the 12, and the fight is on. I'm sending to where announce table.
Oh. Is this going to be like some quadruple super kick? If only the Bucks were here to join on that, huh? Get their super kicks in. Then do a Canadian Destroyer flipping pop. Oh, he just kicked the shit.
Of course that was going to happen. Bro just hit the Clash Royale, you know.
He's not family. He's not a member of the Bloodline. But sticking his nose in a business where it doesn't belong. I think Jimmy Uso's kind of is an accident. Sammy never misses an opportunity, a virtue signal. That's what's happening right here.
Virtue signal?
Trying to separate them. Promotions at an all-time high here. Sami Zayn took out Roman Reigns.
I was messaging a guy named Danny. He used to play on our football team. He's a year older than us. Because he did the CET program that I'm in. So he took it, and then the next year I started, and then the next year Kepler started. But I'm asking him about his work because he went to surveying geomatics, and he's surveying in the Yukon. Right now. So I'm kind of like, how's that? He's like, it's cold.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, checks out.
Okay, they're forcing that camera shot a little too hard, respectfully.
Next April,
Beam.
Las Vegas has never had a show like this.
It's honestly shocking they've never had Mania in Vegas. In the sense of that, I honestly would have thought that they would have done Mania almost the first year that Allegiant Stadium was open. Kind of the way they did with SoFi.
Yeah, that's true.
Because with SoFi, they did it right away. You know what I mean? The second that building opened.
Scan the code to get yours.
WrestleMania 41, the two-day combo ticket went on sale last weekend, and it is officially the hottest WrestleMania on sale weekend history. The show shows on Allegiant Stadium. On April 19th and 20th,
Las Vegas is the weirdest city. Like, it's so different in every way. I will say that's a really sick building.
So many great events have taken place here over the years. You know who plays here as well? Great football. Ronaldo.
Kind of surprising that Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. I always thought it would be like Mecca. 'Cause I think that's their most important religious city. For like,
that's correct.
Islam.
Yeah.
I think Mecca is kind of like supposed to be the big one. Because isn't that where they do their trek essentially to Mecca?
Yeah.
That's why like they have a really crazy building that they're building in there. It's like the world's biggest clock tower. It's way bigger than Big Ben. That's absolutely ridiculously huge. And they're actually gonna. This is something they're actually gonna complete. Isn't that crazy? You know what I mean? But they're building in Mecca. However, the complication they've had is that all of the engineers and architects and whatnot, they can only visit the site if they convert to Islam.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed in Mecca at all if you're not of Islam. So.
I just want to thank you for taking the time to sit down with us when
Yeah, I guess I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I've liked Tessitore.
He's been good.
Kind of gives a professional feel to it because of his background.
Against the undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. In your mind, when you think about everybody you've gone up against, all the success you've had, what makes Cody a different kind of champion?
I mean, Cody doesn't come alone. He comes with the support of everyone. Doesn't matter how I view his methods of gaining that support. Support is there. I think it would be more in the favor of the company too if their poster boy goes out victorious and not the one that is doing a little bit of his own thing. So that builds.
Are you using that as motivation?
Not motivation. That's my job to do, and that's I think what made me stand out my whole career was like I never got flabbergasted. Matter of fact is, last time in Saudi Arabia, I beat Randy Orton. This time in Saudi Arabia, Cody Rhodes. Gonna choke him out. He's gonna wake up from that. He's gonna realize truly is the secondary champion.
You're calling for a shot. Sleeper's gonna win this. Win by submission.
Yes.
Looking forward to your match at Crown Jewel.
Good
Champion
interview still.
versus champion.
Chat, I'm getting frustrated with the Fed.
Has had quite a meteoric rise. How do you
What's
feel
going on?
that's so fair?
We're doing video segments on a pay-per-view for some reason.
Oh, yes.
In other news, just your average WWE show.
Come on, WWE. we pay our $9.99 or whatever the hell you made a song about. God, I remember when they did that for freaking everything. Did I tell you? You know about that, right? Or no?
No.
When they first made the network, they promoted that shit like crazy.
I mean, yeah,
The amount of
you kind
no,
of have to.
but it was one of those things where they created a $9.99 song because that was how much it costed, and they would play that for commercials, and they'd be doing promos, and all the wrestlers would do this, not just like Stephanie McMahon, where they'd be like you know, when we go to Hell in a Cell, we're gonna battle like this, and all the wonderful people at home for $9.99.
Oh.
Like it was everywhere. It
The
was
$9.99 era is an era I don't like thinking about.
yeah. When I say
remember
that
a
they
lot of
promoted it,
arbitrary bullshit.
I mean it was force fed like crazy.
And we've got 999 problems, but
Did you see the last episode of Survivor?
no, I haven't
And
watched
I'm sorry,
it all.
Richard. I've been so far, but I've been so busy on Wednesday.
Yeah, I just haven't even bothered watching.
They sniped this woman. Somebody got safety without power,
Uh-huh.
and the whole tribe they split into two groups of 6. One tribe had 5 of a prior tribe
Oh,
and
no.
1 of another. So the person on the other tribe gave safety without power to the one person that was alone.
So, here's my question. Is Genevieve still in, or is she done?
Still in.
Ooh.
Are we cooking?
I'm a little surprised, because she was
Genevieve?
not giving
Big
long-term
confessionals.
Survivor competitor vibes.
They mask people in the first half though.
That is true.
Unless it's like Hemsey where you're on like a train wreck tribe and you have to be there.
Yeah.
Carter, did you get those? Who fought the shells?
We had got them because Jessie had made some food. Those are hers. Those were she. I was like, oh, do you want like mac and cheese? Because she's not a fan of craft dinner because she likes just making her own.
Oh, okay.
Because we were gonna have like macaroni, but then she's like, oh, we'll just do it with the shells. And we had it, and I was like, man, that's actually really good. She likes just kind of making
Kraft dinner's incredibly overrated, so I cannot say I blame her.
Kraft dinner. I like Kraft dinner, but I also grew up with it. You know what I mean?
So did I.
But I will say, homemade mac and cheese like that, it beats it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It totally does.
So this is the 4 women's match.
Is this
That doesn't
Cargill
actually
and
like
Bianca, or?
make sense. Yeah. Oh no, it's metaphoric, right?
Yeah.
For some reason.
It's funny when I see the big blue suits like that. It makes me think of like Mystique from X-Men. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, because they just fucking debuted on the main roster 2 seconds ago. I don't know why they're in this match.
Well, hopefully they have a good showing. If we know the way that WWE books, I hope they kind of book them in almost a Carmelo Hayes kind of sense.
Yeah.
Give them a lot of good spots, good showing, but not winning.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, they even got rid of her voice.
Oh man, I am very looking forward to the day that we see Matt Cardona in WWE because I think it's inevitable. Eventually, at some point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think we see him in kind of a main event kind of scheme. I think we see a similar.
He's like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Except he's probably going to be bigger.
I'm not sure about that because Drew McIntyre, you have to realize that he had years where he was the guy.
True.
Now, to be fair, I also feel bad for him as that was when there was no crowd. Like,
Yeah.
but
The good thing is they've done a good job at kind of keeping that main event on him, though. Like, they haven't put him back down to the mid card. He's still very respected, and, you know.
because he's huge now. Like, it's kind of hard to. And also his promo work is it was miles ahead of what it used to be.
Yeah.
And I think Cardona's has gotten much better as well. It is interesting seeing the way that Jade Cargill is presented, as it is both exactly the same as AEW presented her and also completely different. In
Yeah.
the sense of that her character is the same. It is the exact same. However, the frequency of her being on, like, she's not just coming out and beating some jobber every week. Because it actually has more like, it's one of those things where we sometimes complain about champions that are not, like, fighting champions. But there's a reason that they can't just beat a jobber every week. Because that it's better to have them not wrestle.
She needs to.
Then,
It's because she needs more experience.
well, yeah, well, it's that, but then you know what they also is? That WWE is kind of being known for this. With some of their wrestlers that are big names but wrestle pretty linear like, for example, like Brock Lesnar, great wrestler, very linear match.
Yeah.
In the sense of every Lesnar match looks the same. Where, as opposed to where I'd say every Cody match does not look the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you have wrestlers that wrestle a very linear style of match, WWE likes keeping them as the attraction match. You know
No,
what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
And that they are an attraction. The problem was that AEW, when they were in the same, and I like AEW, you know this, but the problem they had with Cargill specifically was that because Cargill was an okay wrestler, but like she couldn't, it wasn't one of those things where she could just work with anyone and it was always going to be gold. It was just never going to be that, and I'd argue she's gotten a lot better now that she's been here. It just, people got burnt out, and so then when her title reign came to an end, it felt like a big deal, but also not.
Mm-hmm.
A big deal is like, oh my god, finally. But then at the same time, it was one of those things where the ratings didn't get a bump because people had already tuned out. You know what I mean?
I don't know who's winning this match, if I'm being honest. I would be happy with Damage Control winning, and I'd be happy with Piper and Chelsea winning. I do not want Jade and Bianca to retain. And I do not want these NXT guys to retain because they just got
I'm not
called
gonna
out.
lie. I think a retain is pretty decently likely. You know what I will say I like? That their tag division is now actually having tag teams.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Like with
Well, they need to split up Damage Control. Unfortunately, Io is way too good to be in a tag team, or
however, the
just
only thing
to
is,
be in a faction like this in general.
however, the only thing I will say, they should only do that if they have plans for her.
Well, no, exactly.
If not, she serves the tag division. But Joe Hendry, there you go. There's a sign.
But
did you
she's
see
just
that?
So fucking good.
Tanner for Halloween, like Tanner from like Toronto and Boston, who lives in Boston. He's from Toronto. He dressed up as Joe Hendry for Halloween.
Like Simley Tanner?
Yes.
No, I didn't see that because I don't like him. I don't follow him.
No, but so. Joe Hendry retweeted it. I'm not even kidding. Like, right there. Because he literally texted me. He's like, "Oh my god, did you see my Twitter? Joe Hendry."
Why is Chelsea's hair so fucking curly today? All right.
The more I see Chelsea, the more I like her, in the sense of just her character is just great. It's very entertaining.
She screams women's mid-card title.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, I'd argue she should be in the main event, but they need to push her to it just because they've made
Yeah,
her
they
kind
gotta
of a
build her
joke
that.
character. But she is more than good enough for it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, whether I just want her to kind of get her flower, like get her respect. You know what I mean? I think that she's kind of gotten a lot of that. I think recently, I think she's really started growing on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Also, it's one of those things where I could not stand Piper Niven when she was Dewdrop. Just terrible, absolutely terrible. The second they turned her to back to Piper Niven, I was like, why?
It's like Butch with Pete Dunne.
Yeah, it really. Well, actually, I think it was worse than that.
Oh, it was. But
Yeah,
it's just comparative.
but it is. It's the same kind of idea.
I was gonna say. Oh, okay, we're getting this spot. Because they're both insanely fucking strong. His last legend, she like picked up and body slammed Otis. Okay, Chelsea.
I was about to say she looks jacked. Like
yeah.
Scrappy and tough Jackson will double team now with her partner Lash Legend. Jackson offers shoulders into the back now of Chelsea cover to win the tag team gold.
Great camera angle.
Let's say Andre's losing his mind right now. You know what I just thought? Andre, whenever Andres does that, oh my goodness, it's like the Jerry Lava. Oh no! Like it's funny. It was one of those things where Jerry Lawler would either be losing his mind from like a crazy spot, or because some women was gonna, be.
Honestly, I'd be fine with this metaphor / Bianca and Jade feud. Because they're very similar style of wrestling.
So that's, I think, a great example of why Chelsea and Niven or Damage Control should win, and then have those two feud without a title.
Exactly.
Build them up that way, and then maybe have them come back for the titles later. It's funny when I first saw her walk out, I was like, I don't think that's Mercedes. with the hair and the glasses and the.
All right.
Well, just a little bit of a vibe.
Kyrie cook. Kyrie's really good too. That's the other reason why I want Damage Control to eventually split, because I want to see Io versus Kyrie just have a fucking half-hour 5-star banger.
I do want them, but I don't at the same time. And what I mean by that is that I think the tag division needs good tag. Like, I think they're at a point where they're stable right now until they maybe Metaphor kind of comes in and they make themselves a little bit bigger. Maybe don't have them drop out of the
like
I think the tag division kind of needs them.
I could agree with that.
Because the thing is, if you only have 3 teams, then that means that basically means that
banana
the Banana Man. Coast to coast NHL hockey news. Hi. Hello, good
okay. Kyrie just hit a spear.
Tag made. Here comes Io Sky, and now a double team from Damage Control. Bucks up. Oh, rare miscommunication by Damage Control. Great wherewithal by Io to deliver a show tag.
That's Sean Bosch Mania.
Irish maneuvers in this fatal four-way match. Sometimes they don't pay off. Io Sky will not let that deter her. She takes out Lash Legend.
That's fine. She improvised quick.
Oh, this is true.
I do not get it.
I know you don't get the joke, but the joke is that an architect will come up with some crazy idea that's totally not feasible, show someone, get their hopes up, and then the structure's engineer is like, okay, you're gonna like this big open room, you're gonna post.
Holy shit. Wow.
That's kind of the joke. Is that they'll be like, you can't actually do this. You have to do this, and this, and they'll be like, nah, just shut up.
So this is Finisher Fest. Uh-oh. Turn around, dumbass.
Oh, we're about to get our goddamn head kicked off, right? Look at me. I'm wearing crown jewels.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was about to say, fortunately enough for Jade and Bianca, as well as Nia Jax, is that the ring gear they're wearing is almost the exact same as what they would normally wear anyway, so it doesn't really look that out of place. Oh, what the hell? Bro, what? Is that a bro kick to the knee?
Something like that. She got approximately 2 millimeters of air on that. Come on.
Piper Niven, the female Ivar.
Great decision by Cargill to roll to the outside.
That's the thing about Chelsea is that whether you like her wrestling or not, which I like her wrestling,
What's
she's
she fucking doing?
she's so entertaining. All her other antics really put it all together. You know what I mean? Remember me, right, Carter? Yes, I do. I do. How are you doing, good sir? She's scared of heights. Oh no!
Uh-oh. Insane elbow. That's such a good... Like, it's just an elbow drop, but it's just so good the way she does it.
Yeah, no, she hypes it up. She could just go like this, but there's a bit more. There's more pizzazz. There's more going on, and literally hits it perfectly. Doing good, buddy. How about you? I'm doing pretty good.
The cricket legend, Virat Kohli. I think he's
Do
a
you
cricket
know Virat Kohli?
legend. He's a cricket player.
He's a cricket player?
Yeah.
I do
Like
not
the
know any
goat-
cricket
the
players.
goat of cricket.
I cannot tell you who the greatest cricket player of all time is. Couldn't tell you.
Okay, so everyone's dead.
The dog is dead.
Moments later, Io with beautiful moonsault. And Miss Jackson, if you nasty, taking everybody out. Bianca back to her feet.
Okay, well, my mom just texted me asking me to send her my CAA card, so I'm gonna do that in case something's wrong.
Chelsea realizes she's in trouble now. Jaden! Cover! And breaking things up, damage control. Rough leg to Chelsea. Sorry for Here comes Bianca. Big right hand. Taking everybody out. Crystal by Belair. The cutlass. He calls that the cutlass. And Bianca may call at the beginning of the end. Beautiful German suplex, but Io wasn't far enough underneath Belair's body to support the weight. Suplex collapse. Damage control still has some daylight to work with here. And here's Kyrie Sane. All right, Jackson now making the climb to the top.
Great sell.
Uh-oh.
Get your spot in.
Oh my God!
Ooh! I like that. I like that a lot.
Please. Please.
That hurt the knee.
Chelsea very happy. A little premature to celebrate, but the Chelsea chants have broken out. That's bad. The unarguable. Oh no. Piper.
Chelsea Green does. Chelsea. The only thing that would make this funnier is if they won the match. He is third most followed athlete in the world. Oh. Yeah, that shows how popular cricket is.
Okay, so they're retaining. Fuck you.
Tag team champions, Shane Corbin and Bianca Belair. Myself, Bianca Belair and Jade.
Damn, there's a lot of people that were really giving it in the comment section here. It's pretty deadly. I think because they're mad because other people got released and they not. I don't.
Which is done. Pretty Deadly's fine.
I like Pretty Deadly. And I'm fine with the role that they're in. I understand that some people not a fan of their character or whatever. But I think their character in kind of the lower mid card works. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's one of those things where people don't realize. It's one of those things where even though they're not necessarily on television all the time, I'm sure they do a lot of live shows. Pretty Deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
Yes,
a lot.
they do.
There's a lot of guys under contract who aren't on Raw or SmackDown every week, but they're doing a lot of those other shows. I would be certain that they're doing that.
Cargill, Bianca Belair, congratulations. They retain the tag team titles.
From Harsh Singh. I'm from India. Well, hello! We are from Canada, as you can see.
I'm from Spain.
He's not from Spain, he's from Canada.
From the legendary ECW featuring ECW legends Bubba Ray Dudley and Rob Van Dam. NXT from Philadelphia.
That's gonna be a good show, actually. I should watch
ECW.
it.
I'm trying to remember. That's not the Hammerstein Ballroom.
No.
So let's say I want to see him do the Hammerstein Ballroom though. I love
would
that.
be sick.
I would love to see that venue someday. Because that is a legendary. You know what I mean? The crazy shit that happened there. I still want them to go up to 40 guys for Royal Rumble, but I know why they won't. It's because they did it once and it went poorly. But I'd argue the company's in a way better place now. Than
I wholeheartedly agree.
I remember when they did the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi for no reason.
To win the greatest Royal Rumble championship, of course.
I like this whole thing about the rings.
Yeah, the rings is neat. At least
That's
they're
a
getting
cool
something
idea.
this time. But at the same time,
It's you know what it is? It's basically just the AEW Dynamite ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's or basically the MJF award because he's the only guy.
I was gonna say.
The largest city on the Arabian Peninsula. Riyadh is visited by 5 million tourists annually, and one of the places
Get your propaganda in.
Boulevard City, which is just down the block from where we are tonight with Crown Jewel.
It's not even that much. You really think about it. I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, it's 5 million people, but I mean, I'm just trying to think.
Is the WWE experience. I had a chance to walk through the WWE experience earlier this afternoon. This is an absolute dream come true for any fan of WWE.
Yeah, it's really like
I would love to go to that WWE experience thing.
Memorabilia. You can play
now.
and here are more zone entrance. You can live out your
Because like if you compare it to something like New York, they get like 60 million is where I searched it out.
Yeah.
But then again, they're also really trying to, because they're trying to build up to be a big tourism hotspot.
Yeah.
Because I think they kind of view that as financial stability. Because that's what the UAE did with Dubai. Dubai wasn't a tourist place, and now it's one of the hottest in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Building a bunch of shit. Bronson Reed versus Rollins.
That is standing high spotlight that I should be the one shining. I see now. I want to get to the top. I have to create my own path. I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am.
So I posted the concert footage from when I was at the Evanescence show. You know which one got the most views? The warning one blew up. It got over 3,000. It's like 300 likes.
That's weird.
38 comments. You know what it is? It's because they're hot right now in the sense of like they're this new band that just kind of keeps growing and growing. Like they're a growing band as opposed to an established band.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
the stuff they do is kind of going like kind of viral. A lot of them are just kind of complaining about the crowd not really having much response, which on one hand I understand as they got some great shit and it kind of deserves a little bit more than that. You know what I think it is though? From my experience, it's not that Canadian crowds are boring. It's that if they don't know you, they will be more quiet and listen and soak it in. And then if you come here and they know you, then they kind of at that point make a bit more noise. You know what I mean?
100%.
People are just because like it's one of those things where it's obvious. Like in my opinion, it's obvious that people enjoyed them because after each song, they got a big ovation, more than a normal opening band. And then we even heard people around us who would kind of basically were like, "Man, I've never heard of them. I'm gonna search them up." Like we actually we heard some people saying they were gonna download it or whatever on Spotify or whatnot.
Yeah, that was neat actually.
They had a great sound. And it's just 3 of them, you know.
It's just 3. Okay, for 3 people, that's impressive.
And crazy young. Like the oldest being 24 and the youngest being 20.
Really? Yeah. It's impressive that they're already opening for someone of that.
I'm telling you, they're blowing up. Like they're really. They were already on MTV. They were already on Jimmy Fallon. They were already on Jimmy Kimmel.
Huh.
Again, they were on Metallica's album for all the covers of their stuff. Their Enter Sandman cover is on there.
Oh yeah, that whole collaboration thing.
Like they really.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're very good. I really like their stuff. And actually, Jazzy is went nuts about them. Like she actually got a Warning shirt. She got the shirt for them. And they sounded awesome. Oh my goodness. You know what's funny about this? This is considered a relatively tame wardrobe choice.
I like his new Toronto a lot.
I'm okay with it. Just the shaking letters, I'm not crazy about. Man, the only thing I will say, I really, really wish that WWE would look to AEW and whoever they got doing the Trons at AEW.
I know AEW's Trons are insane.
AEW's Trons are crazy. Oh, they had Marco Davis return, which I lost my mind about. Simply because I really hope they don't do a Marco Davis versus Kyle Fletcher, or if they do it short. I want Aussie Open back as a tag team. They are a fantastic young tag team.
Aussie. Who was Aussie Open again?
Aussie Open. They had went against it at All In, the first All In. They had went against MJF and Adam Cole. And they were the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions at the time before they lost to Adam Cole and but Kyle Fletcher, he's the Sky Blue's boyfriend, which a lot of people know him as that. But he's been with Don Callis for a bit, and that's when decent. It's kind of difficult because it's be like kind of like partially Ring of Honor, partially in because we saw him as part of the Ring of Honor when we went.
Mm-hmm.
he had wrestled. Just some random jobber. The thing is that he's not a bad singles wrestler, but he's absolutely a better tag team wrestler. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion, they're not experienced enough to start trying to do the stuff. Like I think they're much better as a tag team person. I saw Private Parties now AEW Tag Team Champions. Well deserved. They have been looking for their flowers for a long time. Which I like, because AEW, one of the problems they sometimes have is that they don't build guys up long enough. And they just kind of give it to them right away, you know what I mean?
This guy's Tron, man. It's like it fits his character, but it's so shit.
Well, you know the thing is, if it was like a second or two of that, that'd be fine, but that's the entire thing. That's it.
Of course. Okay, so we're just doing this.
As Rollins understands the assignment, Seth knows what he is dealing with in Big Bronson Reed. 340 pounds plus, a bad attitude, a true menace in WWE. From Australia, I call him the Auszilla because he's a true monster. He's created mayhem for every path over the past few months in WWE.
I'm also going to start the upload for a... We're looking for jobs for her. Still haven't found anything, unfortunately. I have...
For Jazzy or for you?
Not for me, for Jazzy. She's just looking. It's been kind of difficult. We've applied friggin' everywhere, and unfortunately, no hits
It's
yet.
so tough.
And it's one of those things where she doesn't really have a lot. Like, she has a few other things, but the thing is, they're both technically at, like, one of the places she wasn't there long, and there were problems with it.
Yeah.
She had left for those reasons. The other place was her dad's work, so she can't use it as a reference.
Exactly. So it's tough because it's still essentially like a starting first.
Yeah, but she can't use it so it's just kind of been difficult, and it's been really irritating just because it's one of those things where she's gone to places, done an interview, and she's done 2 interviews, but nothing's kind of come from it. I know she really wanted the first one, so because it was at Claire's in the mall. She likes shopping there and this and that, and it's one of those things where it's like kind of doesn't really know what more to do, and there's not really much more she can do besides just keep trying and keep hoping.
Yeah.
But I know she's been getting really frustrated by it, and I can't blame her. Like that's the thing. To be honest, when I got into, if you really think about it, Subway, Goldeyes way back, every job I got into, I had some sort of an in.
Exactly, yeah.
Goldeyes, Zach was already there, but then also with Goldeyes, it's not as difficult because they normally are actually shorter on staff, but it's seasonal work. You know what I mean? With Subway, I already knew Chantel, who was the assistant manager now. I think she still works there. She does like a lot more of she does her own cleaning service now, which we would have some people who. There was a girl who kind of came for a lot of years who would occasionally come and do some cleaning that my mom wanted around here. And then she just kind of became unreliable and just canceled on us last minute, like a ton of times.
Fun.
And so my mom was just kind of like, yeah, it's not really working. So we tried this other thing, and they were way more thorough. And then also they're family friends and whatnot. So they're like, yeah, if we can support that business, that's great. So there was that. But then when I went to Wayback, one of the owners, I think it was Nicole, it knows someone that my mom works with. And so that's how I kind of, you know what I mean? There was a connection there.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have an in, it's a lot
very
more.
hard. I had an in at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed may have just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory after this first moments after a thunderous.
It's also kind of important. A lot of places now they only take online applications.
Which is so stupid.
Which it's one thing if you have that as an option, but in my opinion, it's like if I was running a business, I want to see this person face to face.
Yeah, exactly. Bronson Reed's gear is inspired by MF Doom, it looks like. Because that thing on the front, that looks like the MF Doom mask. and the read text.
It's the big marks in Rollins there.
I'm gonna say. You know what? That's a good spot.
You know what's funny? I've always wondered why the hell no one has ever done that before.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if Bronson wins this.
I think
He's good. Like, he's fine.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
good.
he needs, like, his presentation needs to be cleaned up a little bit. His character's fine. His moveset is great. It's refreshing for the men's division. And I think he should be pushed. But I just, like, give the guy a new theme, new Tron, please.
I want to be featured at my first WrestleMania, and I need to beat people like Seth Rollins.
No, but I don't know. It's funny. I just don't want. That's why Bronson Reed. For some reason, if he ever got released because they ever didn't find a spot for him, I think he should avoid AEW like the plague, simply because the mismanagement of big men there's a track record. They don't know how to push just big guys, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
think about
they
it.
did good with Braun Strowman.
Wardlow AEW?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying WWE.
No, I'm talking to AEW. Think about it. Wardlow had all the momentum in the world coming out of that MJF.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much. He was so over. And it went nowhere. Just to be him and Powerhouse Hobbs just dicking around for the TNT Championship. I'm really curious to see what Lashley looks like in AEW. I'm actually excited about that.
What are they? The Hurt Syndicate? Is what they're calling them or something?
I don't even know what they're calling them.
Something like that. I think they'll cook.
Yeah, no, I it's funny. I think it always.
That's a good spot. I really like.
I think it's always. I do agree with MVP that it would have cooked in WWE. However, the thing was I don't think that WWE wasn't interested in it. I think WWE was just kind of like, we don't know where to put this.
Yeah.
However, I will say the proposal that Lashley made, it absolutely should have and was rightfully declined by Triple H.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, trying to go with the Gunther, trying to blur the lines of, is Gunther a Nazi? No, bad idea. Bad idea.
Very questionable. That's like Finn Balor. Finn Balor's made a couple weird suggestions too.
Well, you know what I do like though. I at least like that that this is something that didn't happen and he talks about it. So that way, if we see WWE does this stuff now, it doesn't mean that Triple H necessarily like this was his idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because think about it. Like the guy that would be on the receiving end of this is Lashley. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't look as bad that he's at least making the suggestion. If Gunther was making the suggestion, different story. But
nice.
Oh, Bronson sold that great.
Seth Rollins is the multi-time world champion. Rollins with a tremendous counter as he takes another look. Bronson Reed wanted a power bomb. Rollins able to skip.
Very nice.
If nothing else, Gage set the few valuable WWE fans here in Riyadh tonight trying to will Seth Rollins on. Reed, a North American champion in NXT, who won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal earlier this year. Now trying to put up what would be the biggest win of his career. Even for a superstar the caliber of Seth Rollins. What just happened is disheartening. When you are throwing your best shot at an opponent, and as we see Bronson Reed barely staggering, that can frustrate a superstar like nothing else. Second rope, Reed still on his feet.
I'm gonna do four corners. He's gonna get caught.
Rollins back out to the apron, trying to climb up top now. And Bronson Reed gonna beat him there. I'm Rollins. I'm attacking the lower body of Bronson Reed. Try to chop the big man down. Try to take out a knee and ankle, anything. Because the strategy thus far has not proven successful for Rollins.
Yeah, well, Corey Graves, you also wondered why Roman Reigns wouldn't fall in line to Solo never win Sikoa. I do love that though. The logic that Solo had, where he was like, "We can't have a tribal chief who loses." Meanwhile, he had lost like the last 17 matches before that. It's funny, Solo Sikoa. If you really think about it, he has looked like the Saskatchewan Roughriders this year in terms of started off with a ton of wins, then immediately got a ton of losses, and now is still trying to kind of recover.
Think of every offensive maneuver Rollins has tried with his eyes. At this point, it's exponentially harder because of the sheer size. As we look again at Rollins, full extension on the front.
How the Bombers have a pop-up store at Kildonan Place.
Oh, yes, they do. My grandma texted me a picture with Buzzing Boomer.
You're not used to this happening. You're not used to competing halfway across the world against somebody who's asking for more. Seth happy to oblige. Big rolling elbow. Reed stunned yet again. Now they're back to the next Rollins. Reed still on his feet. Seth Rollins just runs right into a brick wall. And Reed gonna power Seth up. Reed with a spinning sit-out powerbomb.
This match has been good.
Yeah.
Now it's Reed wearing frustration face. But again, credit to Bronson Reed and the gas tank on this guy. We've been at this for a while. Rollins jumped Bronson Reed in the entryway. And Bronson Reed...
I really don't know who's going to win this. Like, I'm fine with either winner. I'd rather have Seth win. Because they're going to have to start building to Seth vs. Punk soon.
Oh, we have a lot of matches still left.
Yeah, I know. I was not anticipating it taking this quickly.
That's where the only thing I may be a little unsure about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, God, whatever. No, it's fine. You got to do your other stream.
He understands what's at stake, what this means tonight. And yet, look at the other side of the point. Bronson Reed has called. This is what Bronson Reed wanted. He's going to get it. He's having it right now. But if Bronson Reed comes up short tonight, all of his aspirations could go up in smoke just as quickly. And Reed now to the top row. With Seth Rollins there as well. What is Bronson Reed thinking here? Bronson Reed is thinking about the main event. Bronson thinking about WrestleMania.
Okay, superplex, top rope. And Seth kicks out. I'm actually a little surprised that wasn't the ending. It's a little out of nowhere, I guess, but...
That's what it means to swim in the deep end of the pool with the Great Whites. Seth Rollins, no ordinary superstar. Seth, one of the all-time greats, on his way to a Hall of Fame career. Bronson Reed had better get used to this level of competition if he wants to succeed here. You become one of the all-time greats by being a survivor.
Okay, now they're talking. This match is slowed down pretty badly, which is something I don't like. But
Seth telling Bronson, you should have finished me then. He may finish him now. Bronson Reed gonna go on top.
Seth's so funny, man.
No clue where he is. Reed now up to the top rope. Rollins trying to roll out of harm's way and does. Veteran tactic by Rollins. Just create a little too much separation for Reed to handle. But is Seth just delaying the inevitable?
Seth should roll back now.
This is writhing in agony as big Bronson Reed again goes up top. Catch your breath.
Wait, okay, never mind.
Out there as well. That was Ozzy Destroyer breathing down your neck, following each step you take. Bronson Reed.
What are they doing here?
Reed just keeps coming. He keeps going forward.
The no sell is crazy.
After the right hand by Rollins. And I know it doesn't seem like a great idea at the moment. I caution Bronson Reed to not let his anger get the best of him. Oh no, still stepping by Reed. By Bronson. You're gonna cost yourself the biggest match. And Rollins and Bronson went face first into the steps. I think the edge of the stairs might have caught Reed in the face, but
Stomp onto the steps. Nice. Going for count out.
to get the count now. Bronson Reed stomped on the steps. Bronson Reed still alive. Bronson Reed gonna come. Bronson comes to his feet somehow back to the
Okay.
ring. And another stop.
That was a good spot, actually. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Seth, you don't have much time. Bronson Reed is still moving. Bronson still nothing. Bronson back to his knees. Rollins going up to the top rope. Back to his feet is Reed. A super
Super curb stomp. Okay,
is not enough to put Reed away.
Sorry for that.
that's got to be it.
Yeah, just
Yeah, okay.
Just the thing I told you earlier that I have to like take her to. That might be today. It might not be.
Oh, okay.
So it's just kind of it's a maybe. It just kind of it really depends.
Gotcha.
But
That was a good ending.
Good ending?
So Bronson and Seth were outside the ring. Bronson got steel steps. Seth dodged and knocked him down onto him. And actually, it looks like they busted Bronson open hard way on the steps.
Seth Rollins reminding the WWE Universe just why he is.
Seth stomped him onto the steps and then stomped him from the top rope to win. Ooh.
And Rollins continued to fight. Seth would frustrate Bronson Reed. And Reed's own anger would ultimately prove to be his undoing. The master manipulator, the architect. Rollins for the stomp on the diamond plate stairs. Here's number 2. And the finale from the top rope. An epic super stomp by Seth freaking Rollins.
it's probably gonna be a 3-hour show
Yeah, that's fine.
because it's you know what it is because it's like that mania.
We usually end it at 2. I'll find a stream
Okay.
when I'll probably just head home if it's like because if it's gonna be 3 hours.
Yeah, you can do that if you know you're welcome to stay here if you want, but you know now that I'll be doing the.
I know you're gonna be streaming. Are you gonna be with Britt?
Yeah.
Then I'll probably just go because I don't know shit anyways.
No, it's all good. I just kind of wanted to make sure you knew that you're welcome to stay if you want. Yeah.
Rollins was muttering, but there was something to the effect of wrong with you. You made up. All seen and done. Seth ain't seen nothing. Same thing gonna happen.
Oh, you there? Hello? Hey, I'm just letting you. So right now I'm on the WWE. Like we're streaming right now. So I'm just letting you know that essentially it looks like Crown Jewel's gonna run around 3 hours. So that would be like an extra hour after the CFL game starts. We're gonna try to end this right around when the CFL game starts. We'll miss the last hour of Crown Jewel or whatever. And so what I was going to say is it'll just kind of depend on when the match ends. So if there's a match that's like about to start right around 2, we'll probably end it just before that. If there's a match that's kind of already underway, we might finish the match and then swap over to CFL, all right? So I'm just kind of letting you know. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just sitting here.
Nice. Talk to you later, good sir.
Los Angeles Dodgers starting their parade because of the
They're doing a pregame.
no better way to celebrate the Dodgers victory.
Talk to you later, good sir.
Yes, good sir. I gotta fly out to Manchester.
Oh.
So I can use the weekend.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know, VPN, you're actually from there. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
We will continue to make history here in Riyadh. There you see the first ever Women's Crown Championship, an absolutely stunning piece of jewelry, which will be awarded to the winner of the next battle. In a historic first here tonight in Saudi Arabia, 2 title reigning champions will compete for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan will face WWE Women's Champion and Queen of the Ring Nia Jax, the Dawn of the Jewel Gold. After this break, but up next, we'll take a look at the Harley jabs these women have taken at each other on their way to the ring tonight.
That revenge is never as sweet as it could be, but not for me. I am a bone-breaking, man-stealing, heart-breaking, title-taking, reigning women's champion of all time. You're jealous because I have it all. The Women's World Championship, Captain Dom, have just Day, and have recovered to get. We are moving on and focusing on Nia Jackson's control.
Women's World Champion Liv Morgan battles WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax. The winner becomes the first ever Women's WWE Crown Jewel Champion.
I hope Liv Morgan wins, but I think Nia Jax has a decent chance of winning.
I'm going to annihilate Liv Morgan. Just like I annihilated everyone else. Everyone in that locker room better bow down to me.
There is only one Nia Jax, who is WWE Champion.
I will be the first ever Women's Crown Jewel Champion, and Liv will be crying on the floor with her disgusting, dirty little...
Nia, you keep bragging about your accomplishments like you're special, but you're not. Anyone's going to become the very first ever Women's Crown Jewel
Jax will win because of Ripley. I don't know. They've kind of moved past that. Realistically, I could actually see Jax losing and then getting cashed in on by Tiff, because that's kind of what they've been building to. Is Tiff cashing in on Jax.
So great. That means I'm going to beat you just like that. Oh, Liv, don't get too excited. I haven't even made up my decision yet, but if I take that title, that means Steve comes with me.
Morgan's champion today because of dominance.
I could use a little dirty in my life. Well, Tiffany, it seems to me that you already have enough dirty in your life.
It looks to me like Tiffany Stratton is exploding right now. Morgan now. Good luck cashing in, Tiff. Morgan into the corner. Best of the best as Nia Jax battles Liv Morgan.
Zach, who becomes the Crown Jewel champion?
Whoever the hell the Saudi prince was.
He's all about the first ever Crown Jewel championship. This money in the bank of the end. Over 3,200 precious stones, Australian crystals, 50 carats of diamonds. That is the Crown Jewel Championship belt, which will be awarded to the winner of our next matchup. She is the WWE Women's Champion from Friday Night SmackDown. Nia Jax, who has had success here in Saudi Arabia. Back in May in Jeddah, Nia won the Queen of the Ring tournament. Tonight, she hopes to be crowned the first ever Women's Crown Jewel Champion.
Doing the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. We'll see if anything happens with Tiff, because I think that's probably going to be kind of a...
See, here's what I was thinking. Yeah, I think maybe Rhea interferes. But it's like, does Tiff cash in? It would have to be after the match because they're not going to give Tiff 2 belts.
Yeah.
Although, actually, technically, no.
Yeah, no,
Technically, this match is just for the Crown Jewel Championship. So if she cashes in, she's either cashing in to win that, which would be a terrible, terrible decision, or she cashes in after the match to win one of the belts.
Oh, she would go
which
for
is what
after
she
one of
should do.
Yeah. No, and that's. I would like to believe that Triple H is not at least that stupid. To not have.
For Monday Night Raw, she is the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. The one-on-one tonight versus Nia Jackson is champion versus champion match. We mentioned this is the first time in 3 years in WWE we've had a champion versus champion matchup. Now, one of the arch enemies for Liv Morgan happens to be one Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan vowed that she promised that Rhea Ripley would not mess things up for her tonight in Saudi Arabia. So what did she do this past Tuesday night at NXT, Corey? Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan.
Yeah, right. Rhea's out. Like, she's actually injured, too. Those x-ray photos, I thought that was just fake, storyline, have her come back at the Rumble, whatever. That's an actual injury, and they're just doing this to play it off.
What is that? There's like her orbital bone or something?
Something like that. She had this headbutt spot last week. That's what they think caused it.
So so then they probably already had the injury and they did that spot to kind of cover.
Correct. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Detrimental to the rest of Rhea's career, and Liv Morgan could not be happier about it.
Also known as Yes Corey Graves, they are feuding.
The following contest is a champion versus champion match to determine the first ever Women's Crown Jewel Champion.
The crowd goes mild. God, not even the crowd cares about the stupid belt. Honestly, I think the rings are cooler than the belt.
Yes, I agree.
Because they're like, by the way, the titles won't leave. Like, it's funny. It almost, like, it sounds, like, to me, it was one of those things where, like, I don't even know what the point of the belt is. It'd make more sense if it was a trophy. Like,
from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, she is the Women's World Champion.
Elmwood Park, New Jersey. She's not from Elmwood.
From Elmwood, Manitoba.
If so, it makes total sense why she finds someone like Dominic Mysterio attractive. That all adds up. Oh my God, she's from Elmwood, Winnipeg. It all makes sense now.
Excuse me?
Trips. I thought we got away from this.
Celebrate tonight by crowning the first ever women's champion.
So Santa Claus has reindeers, but this champion has camels.
Corey, let's talk some strategy. If you're Nia Jax, what do you do to put Morgan away? Do what brought you to the dance. Stick with annihilating the opposition. Jax needs to use her power and flatten Liv Morgan. How about if you're with Morgan? Obviously, you give away, as you mentioned, a ton of power to Nia Jax. They've got to be clever. You know that Morgan is capable of it.
God, I remember when Nia Jax was in a feud with Alexa Bliss, and the whole thing was just like, oh yeah, by the way, Alexa Bliss, big bully. Like,
man, did you?
It was just her calling her fat for like 3 months.
The elderly man that got scammed by someone posing as Alexa Bliss online.
I heard about that.
Did you hear how much money?
I heard it was like
$1 million.
I heard it was like his like granddaughter's trust fund or something.
Yeah, they took everything out. Jesus.
That is ridiculous. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, the shiny parts of Nia's fit are severely distracting me. Like, it's a cool gear, but my lord,
it looks like
great.
a DVD. You know what I mean? This is like when I'm playing GameCube and like oh my gosh, that is so distracting. You know what it is? It's like the color option in the WWE 2K games that you
Yes.
should never pick. The one that you should
No, that's not true.
never,
I had it
ever
on.
pick.
I had it on Big C Richie for a while.
Of course you did, because you shouldn't pick it. And so that way so Big C Richie was, let's take all the things we shouldn't put on our WWE creator wrestler and just put them together.
Now that the fucking winter's starting up again, we should start simming PPW some more.
Yeah.
Make some more guys. I still have all of the
Yeah,
notes
and then we
shit.
also need to watch some movies because that
Yeah,
was put
we're
on the
way fucking overdue for that.
So what's your thing you got tomorrow? You got some with your cousin, right?
We were just gonna go and do like Pokemon Go shit, but we had planned this like 2 weeks ago. But yesterday he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, my game's kind of acting up. Like his phone's GPS wasn't really working."
I see.
So I told him, like, "Okay, just keep me updated because I canceled on my friends."
Well, just because I know the D&D stuff has been all over the place, which it's funny. I don't have a problem. At the end of the day, it's one of those things. If we gotta push it back, we gotta push it back. I don't really care. You know what I mean?
I imagine it's not gonna happen now. Now that Brandon has like openly said, "Yeah, we'll rain check it," I'm sure he's already got shit
Yeah.
planned.
I'm well, and also I think Brandon's just kind of like, rather than doing this back and forth, let's just try to figure it out for the following
Next
weekend.
weekend works better, so we'll just do it then. We do need to plan a day in advance, though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm available any of the 3 days. I'd rather do Saturday or Sunday, so we could do it later and hang out later than if it was on Monday. But
I can't do Saturday.
okay,
West Final.
so let's say Sunday.
Yeah. No, just because it's a 5:30 start, and so it's like that's kind of hard. So Sunday. Here, I'll actually put that in the chat right now.
Yeah, I think that's
Unless we did like morning, you know what I mean?
not happening.
But that's kind of what I figured. That's kind of what I featured. What I told Rick was that because we were thinking of doing the thing at 2, if there's a match ongoing when this hits 2 o'clock, we'll let the match finish. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If there's like kind of a match about to start and it's already like 2 though, then we'll probably switch
that's
over.
fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just try to find a good stop. I don't want to stop in the middle of the match. I'm gonna let the match finish. You know what I mean? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Dude, I didn't realize this is freaking Ottawa's first time in the playoffs in a while. Like, I knew it had been a bit of years. 2018.
Really?
Yeah. Now, do keep in mind, 2020 season did not happen. And you know what's crazy? Is that, you know what happened in 2018? They lost in the Grey Cup final. And then they just didn't make the playoffs in 2019. And then it's funny, though. I looked at that roster, and I'm like, man, they just lost a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, though, because I saw some names, and I'm like, whoa, I haven't heard these names in a while. Like, that's the thing that's so interesting about the CFL. There's so much roster turnaround.
Yeah.
Because everyone's inked up to, like, a 4-year deal is long-term, and it's rare. Like, I think Austin Mack has a 4-year deal. Alouette's receiver. He was kind of one of their key receivers when they beat us last year. And he had actually went up to the NFL with the New York Falcons, got cut, or not New York Falcons, Atlanta Falcons.
Ah!
Oh! It's Tiffy time. No.
Just fucking cash it in, you dumbass.
Oh, we're gonna have Liv Morgan win, and then after the match, Tiff then goes after Jax.
She's gonna come back out 100%.
I hope so.
They're gonna do because it's Crown Jewel. You have to have a title change in Crown Jewel. You just have to.
Liv Morgan was able to
You don't need to cash in the second. Just be
This
present.
is a fun spot, actually. I kind of like it.
You know what I like about this? And this is one thing, like,
Duck.
I do. Again, I'm not trying to shit on AEW. One thing I think AEW needs to do more of, they need to do more of this. Give the crowd a chance to really make noise and then do it. You don't have to do it right
Okay.
away. You know what I mean?
Give me.
Like, for example,
Yeah,
that was
here we
actually,
go, here we
and
go.
they have
This is
done this
fun.
before.
This is fun. Oh, shit.
Oh, please tell me we don't get no cash in because of Raquel.
They called it the code breaker. I'm so glad they're back. I know they've been doing that, but it's a jump scare still.
Goldberg announced on NCAA today that next year will be his retirement match and hinted that Gunther will be the one. Yeah, it makes sense. I heard about kind of something like that. I will say, a lot of people are crapping on this version of Raquel. I prefer this version of Raquel. You know, it'd be crazy. She cashes in on Nia Jax. Imagine the idea of like Judgment Day Tiffany Stratton. Like, it's funny. That's when I then think of like the Zach thing of some people would pay for that experience. Like, yeah, like.
Oh. Tiff still there.
Oh, Oblivion.
Okay, so that's match. Obviously.
I like Raquel in the Judgment Day. I think it's
I
so much
agree.
better than the frickin' the 90s
come on.
workout home video gimmick that she was rolling with before, essentially. That was exactly what she was!
Give me the cash in, fuck.
Cash it in! This is where we just need Tiffany to just start stomping the shit out of my dogs.
Things started breaking down right here. Raquel reminding Tiffany Stratton exactly why she has aligned herself with Liv Morgan.
The hair pull's crazy, though.
This opened the door for Morgan to
Look how much snow they already got.
Holy shit, where's this?
Yukon.
Oh, well, never mind. That doesn't surprise me then.
I know. But still, like, you know. Yeah, it's about like -5 there or whatever. But.
The official never saw this. Raquel getting involved, and Liv Morgan would take advantage and deliver oblivion to Nia Jax. Big hook is a new Liv Morgan history maker. And in the ring now, Chief Content Officer Triple H.
Okay, so she's just straight up not fucking cashing it.
The Crown Jewel Championship.
You know why they're probably not. First of all, that title's huge. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
literally the
massive.
size of her. Secondly, I think the Saudis may not want their title getting kind of upstaged. You know what I mean? Because the cash-in would do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Saudi government doesn't want that because they want people to think that this thing is a big deal.
Congratulations to Liv Morgan, your inaugural Crown Jewel Champion.
I guess this is the Liv 2 belts. That title is huge, seriously. Although I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish they would present the ring at the.
Yeah,
Although I wouldn't be surprised if they'll try to make that a thing on like Raw or SmackDown or whatever. You know what I mean?
probably. Forgot the room back Saturday night's main event.
I'm curious about how this goes.
That's not even the next pay per view. I was gonna say that's December's pay per view.
Well, it's funny. It's a pay per view, but then it's becoming a weekly show, right?
No,
It's not.
They call their live events Saturday night main event when it's a live event that's like just not being screened,
Yeah.
and then they have Sunday Stunner. Okay, well that's good timing at least for your stream.
Alrighty, well, we're probably gonna wrap it up there. We will, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the pay per view. I'm going to be switching to Canadian Football Central, where we're going to be streaming the CFL game between the Ottawa Red Blacks and the Toronto Argonauts. So, if you guys are into Canadian football, make sure to join into that there. And